Hello everyone, I'm Dawn and welcome to my channel. Today I thought perhaps you'd like to have a look through all my artwork that I've been doing over the last few years. I wanted to share some experiences with you and what I've learnt along the way, and people that have influenced me over the last few years as well, particularly since the awful COVID lockdowns. I think we all sort of turned to something in the way of comfort and to keep our little brain cells going as well. So I'm going to go through some of this artwork here with you and see what you think. I'll just turn the camera around. Let's try it. So first of all, I just wanted to show you these actually behind here. We'll start with one of these drawings, or two of these drawings, if you can see them. Particularly that one, probably is quite familiar to people. I've been a big fan of Johanna Basford for quite a number of years now, and I learnt so much from that lady. Her drawings are absolutely incredible, and I found it so easy after her showing us how to draw some of these little fish, for instance. So I started sort of experimenting. Obviously the fish, that's quite a popular one. These are all I've drawn myself. And then the mushroom, which is probably a favourite of everybody's. Yeah, we are. And then of course I tried to experiment even further. So the way she teaches you, not that I'm endorsed or paid by her or anything, but I just think she's so brilliant. But what she taught us to do was to do our pencil drawings first, then go over in pen and ink, preferably a water one, and then when that's dried, to sort of rub all the pencil out, then get your crayons out and start experimenting with colour and blending and things like that. So it really taught me an awful lot about shading and blending, etc. There's that one. And then I sort of progressed onto something a bit more exciting. So I've put a big circle here that I've drawn with a compass, and then I've drawn in flowers. These are sunflowers, and then obviously lovely bumblebee in the middle. But this I finished off in normal crayons, so that's quite nice. Quite pleased with that one actually. And then I've gone a bit sort of strange, really, a bit fairy-like, but I thought I'd introduce some of these lovely big leaves here, which sort of look like ivy leaves, probably Boston ivy I think it's called, or something like that. And a little fairy door going into the tree trunk there. I thought that was quite nice. And then again another one, sort of a bit kind of abstract, I suppose. And I always like to finish off with some flowers at the bottom. That was quite a nice one to do. And then this one was sort of a bit of mixed media as well. I've got some crayons and also felt tips and a little bit of sort of acrylic paint, and it sort of makes it all stand out a bit more sort of 3D. So that was an interesting one to do. Now this one is only a small picture, but as you can see, it's the Auricular Theatre at Packwood House Gardens, which I absolutely love going to. And this was in the garden, so this is a bit of a sort of sideways picture of it, but that's how I viewed it. I really loved doing the brick wall at the back there. It was really fun to do. Then if this one, this is a peacock butterfly, again, I did with slightly thicker crayons. They were sort of more waxy. I can't remember the name of them, I'm really sorry. Also, you'll see at the bottom there, my name is different because I married again for the second time 18 months ago now. So obviously I was still known as Judah there. So yes, I'm quite pleased with that butterfly actually. I put a little bit of an edge around here just to sort of make the leaves stand out, which is a bit different. And now, Tudor name again. These are Erdwigs, Erdwig sheep. We're normally sort of in, I don't know, the Lake District and Wales and places like that. And I've always fancied having a go at drawing sheep, so I also quite like doing stone walls. I find it quite therapeutic actually to do that. I don't know why, but they always seem to sort of come out quite nicely, so I enjoy those. This is another one that was a bit sort of strange. It's something that I would imagine my perfect garden would be like, with a little sort of house at the bottom there. That would obviously be my art room. That's my art room there. And a beautiful, immaculate lawn and lovely borders here. And of course a robin. Can't forget the robin. So that's my ideal garden. And I think we all know this one. This is water lilies. Again with my old name on here. Water lilies by Monet. Obviously I've copied this as best I could from another picture. I used the thicker crayons again, so I wasn't completely enamoured with the finish, but I think if you look far away it doesn't look too bad. Oops. Right, and obviously that is chroma. So again with crayons, I didn't put an awful lot of buildings in that. I don't know why, but again I finished off with some sort of shells and things like that at the bottom. And the obligatory apple. So I do enjoy still life, and yeah, I quite enjoyed doing that one. I liked the colour of it. Did an awful lot of still life when I was at school. Now this is in Norfolk as well, in a place called Blakeney, and this is a very, very old lifeboat station that's actually owned by the National Trust, I believe. So that was quite a nice one. Lots of seals around here as well. Brilliant place if ever you get the chance to go. Here's just a sort of one-off of the pear there and a tree, etc. I was actually quite pleased with that now. And then I stuck a tree next to it, and I'm having a job to sort of take that tree out so I can just have the pear, but I'll have to experiment with that sometime. This is another one I did quite some time ago. I thought it might be nice to have a sort of a scene in the middle, landscape scene, and then put sort of dog roses and nettles and foxgloves around the outside. I quite like to have another go at doing one of those actually, perhaps on a bigger scale. But I do like botanical as well. So yeah, I need to have a go at that. This is another odd one that I tried. A slice of orange, which that was quite fun to do actually. I haven't completely finished that one. As you can see, I've done it in pencil first. So it gives it a slightly better edge, I think, by leaving the pencil marks in. Yeah, so that's a watercolour. Now this place is Charcote Mill in Warwickshire. I've done a couple of drawings. This is the painting that I've done. It's a beautiful old mill. if ever you get a chance to go and see that, it's not far from Charcote House, just around the corner from there. So that's that one. And then I also did like a pencil and crayon drawing of it, which is probably not as successful as that really, but I thought that might be quite a nice picture for Christmas, and I think I prefer that really. And so that is it really. I do have some others which I can sort out, and we can go through together, but in the meantime I'm just going to put the camera. If you'd like to comment, I'd love to hear from you, especially what you think to my art, and look out for my children's books as well, which are linked on my website, so if you want to pop along there and have a look sometime. But for now, it's goodbye, and I will see you again hopefully. Thank you for watching.